Good evening, Postal family. My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another video. How's everybody doing today, this evening? Another good day in the office. How y'all doing today? How's the postal life treating all of y'all? Today's topic is it's an update actually released today about the issues going on in Palmetto, all the delays in the Atlanta, all the causes of why everything was delayed in the Atlanta last few months, or actually more than that. So, first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do. If you like this type of content and find it interesting, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. And always like all the comments you all give me and all the likes you all give me, everything. Very appreciative of all the support I get, all the comments, informative comments you all leave me. Thanks so much for that. I know it's a hard time for us carriers right now, waiting at any news on the contract, but all we can do right now is stay patient. I know the APWU contract is also being discussed right now, and theirs probably gonna come out before us. So anyways, back to today's topic. It's an update on the Palmetto, the issues all going on. So let's get to it. USPS Office of Inspector General Postal Problems Audit offers new details on issues with deployment of new sorting machine that contributed to mail delays around Atlanta. The U.S. Postal Service Office of Inspector General released the audit focusing on the deployment of the Matrix regional sorter at facilities in Atlanta and Chicago. A new audit released by the U.S. Postal Service Office of Inspector General gives fresh insight into the delays that followed the opening of a regional postal facility in Palmetto earlier this year, finding that the deployment of a new type of sorting machine was accompanied by damaged packages and overflowing conveyor belts, creating safety hazards as mail fell off the machine. So this should have been taken care of. They should have pre-planned that this was going to happen. Don't make sense. The audit focuses on the deployment of the newly designed Matrix regional sorter, referred to in short as MARS. The full report, as well as response by USPS management contained in the audit, is available at the link. The audit notes that the Postal Service was initially able to design, contract, build, and deploy the MARS in less than a year, adding that this is much faster than prior package sorting machines deployed by Postal Service. So they basically made the machine in a hurry without even testing it or anything like that. So but the breakdown occurred primarily with maintenance of the machines, which were deployed in Chicago and Atlanta. The audit found USPS did not adequately plan and prepare for Postal Service's maintenance personnel to accept maintenance responsibility from contracts. We observed several maintenance issues with the MARS, including belts running on the machine with significant tears and up to 30 belts replaced in a month, a high number, along with indicators that basic maintenance was not being performed, such as dirt debris being left on the machine and scanners. I don't think nobody's gonna clean those conveyor belts. Who's gonna go over there? The audit states that the machines were observed in operation on the occasions in February, April, and May of this year. In a response to the audit signed by two Postal Service executives, USPS management contended that the timing of the audit soon after the deployment of MARS carried exceptions of an issue-free startup that were unrealistic. That response, signed by USPS Chief Technology Officer and Executive Vice President Scott Bomborough and Vice President Processing Maintenance Operations Dane Coleman also said issues raised in the report were being actively worked at the time of the audit and have been addressed. In August 11, Lisa Lucas reported on issues with the MARS causing delayed packages. An employee shared photos with 11 live showing containers of packages that had been rejected by the sorting machine. We all are aware of that. Those pictures came out pretty much everywhere. The whole processing center, there was tons, loads of packages that weren't processed for a while. USPS confirms the August issue has been resolved, but the new audit also touches on issues with delayed packages stemming from the MARS, in particular packages that had to be resorted and rerun on the machine sometimes got stuck in a loop, as the report puts it. With packages recirculating multiple times through the system, there were some pieces of mail in Atlanta that circulated over 100 times across more than 30 days, the audit states. And this wasn't taken care of before? How? The same mail pieces circulating 100 times, of course that's going to cause delays. Whose responsibility was that? This was due in part of the belts getting overloaded and mail pieces stacking on top of one another, causing the machine scanners not be able to read the barcodes. Go figure. Nobody's trained on this, and just pile on the packages and mail. Other reasons for rescanning were the dirt and debris around machines, which affected the scanner's ability to read barcodes, and some employees loading mail onto it with wrong conveyor belts. You can just imagine being there, all kinds of havoc being let loose. Mail and packages on the same conveyor belt. The barcode, the scanning system went haywire. They can't, you got packages on top of packages, can't scan it. That explains the whole month's worth of delay. For example, we observed an employee improperly load a container of mail to be delivered to addresses in Atlanta onto the conveyor belt for mail leaving Atlanta, the audit states. Employees in the area stated that not everyone was trained to know what conveyor was for mail to Atlanta versus mail from Atlanta. So, oh man, the center was just put up. People are not sufficiently trained. They don't know what they're doing, basically. Throwing mail and packages on different conveyors, don't know which way they're going. That's a total failure of, I don't know who to put it, the failure on. It's a whole system failure, that they weren't properly trained. The audit makes several recommendations related to issues such as the planning and deployment of MARS, rehandling mail and addressing damaged and delayed mail, which were all agreed with by management. One such recommendation is to develop a plan to track mail damaged on the MARS. The management response said significant progress has been made to reduce damaged mail and multiple strategies are being tested and measured. In response to another recommendation to develop a strategy for monitoring addressing congestion on the MARS. Management said that multiple changes were implemented to reduce jams, eliminate conveyor overflow, and add additional netting. Or at least they're taking care of the problem. Maybe it's going to be a easy, just quickly quickly get the packages out of there. Everything is normal, According to the audit, the MARS working as designed will allow USPS to increase package processing capacity and efficiency while using less floor space, a critical factor to the success of implementing the Postal Service's network transformation and increasing their share in the growing package market. The network transformation effort, known as Delivering for America, included opening the new centralized Atlanta Regional Processing and Distribution Center in February of this year, after which on-time delivery performance declined drastically in Georgia. The facility consolidated area processing and distribution centers in Atlanta, Augusta, Macon, and Duluth, which are being repurposed as local processing centers. The most recent Office of Inspector General data for the third quarter of fiscal year, which includes the period soonest after the Atlanta RPDC opened, listed Georgia as the worst state by considerable margin for on-time service percentage, 40-20. So obviously the service level is going to drop when you have you put up a new consolidation facility. Not people, they're not properly trained. You're delaying everything, like they said, packages overflowing on one on top of another. They're not scanning the packages, so they're going again and again, 100 times over. Employees are not trained. They're just throwing mail everywhere, packages. So that's basically what happened. And it's going to take some time to turn it around. More recent data for August on the USPS service performance dashboard for first class mail shows month-to-month improvement since earlier in the year, and the latest data delivering rate was reported at 86.79% for inbound mail. That is still, however, below the 92.50, the USPS target. The on-time delivery rates between zip codes in Georgia were also lower at 80.74%. The ongoing mail delays have created a substantial political outcry in Georgia, with politicians on both sides of the aisle scrutinizing USPS, as well as Fed concerns about mail-in ballots being delivered on time ahead of the November election. Well, we've seen the senator of Atlanta, and all over the news, his face was all over, He even questioned the dejoy in the Senate, what's going on. And the dejoy should have, he wasn't going to say, we put up a distribution center and we didn't train people correctly. He wasn't going to say that. He had a different excuse. According to the USPS dashboard in August, the on-time delivery rate for first-class election mail was 89.47%. So basically an update on the Palmetto Distribution Center and the failure that all of us saw for months and months. All the governor, the senators were questioning dejoy about all the delays and how Atlanta became the worst in meeting their service goals. This particularly, as I explained, I read in the article, they say that they put up the machines and people were overloading the conveyor belts, and the conveyors were not cleaned, and the employees, the mail handlers were not trained. They were just piling on more mail. The system couldn't handle it. Some mail pieces were recirculated about 100 times, packages piling on. So this whole thing could have been handled a lot more sooner, smoother, had the proper training had taken place, enough manpower to oversee the operation. And basically, they had to train properly. This wouldn't have happened. It would have been smooth from the get-go, but somewhere in that chain of command, something happened, and they weren't trained properly, and it led to delays, overload of the new machine, and it was breaking down, dirt was piling up, the sensors, they were not scanning everything, all the packages and mail that was passing through. So that's basically what happened, and that's what's going on. That's what happened in all the delays in Palmetto. So just an update in this article. First, if you're again new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do. If you like this kind of thing, it interests you, I would really, really appreciate you subscribing and leave me some comments, what you all think. Always a pleasure to read your comments and respond. I do respond to each and every one of you. Whether or not what the comment is, depending. A lot of you ask me questions too. I'll be glad to answer everything that I know. Or if I don't know, I will definitely find out the answer for you. So again, thank you so much for everything, all the support, and I'll continue to do what I do. Again, I really do wish, I can give you some news about our NALC contract that's being held up. Wish I had something, I'm out there with you, I'm a carrier as well, so you guys know that. Right there, out there with you. We're expecting the contract any day now. No new word from our beloved president. There was a president that spoke a few days ago, but he was the APW president. He gave a clear statement. They're locked up, not locked up, but locked in a room with USPS, officials, talking about the final touches on their contract. I think it expires this Friday, APWU. So he was giving a lot of detailed explanations what's gonna happen. Unlike our guy, he keeps saying it's final. A few more days, it should be done deal, but that hasn't happened still. So God knows what's going on with our contract. But as soon as something come out, you guys know I will deliver it to you. So thanks again for all the support. Stay positive, stay cool, stay safe out there, guys. Right there with you. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Take care, guys.